Hi, I'm Dave.
Hi, I'm Carrie, and we are one adventure at a time. We have been traveling across the United States for almost 2 years now, and we've been noticing this pattern from coast to coast, and we wanted to talk to you about it today and share with you what we've learned.
This is the perfect location too. We are near Stanley, Idaho, and we've seen this pattern many places right around this area. We're excited to share with you and give you a few tips about cheap and free camping off-season along the way.
If you've been following our channel, you know our specialty is boondocking, or free camping. And today we want to talk about these legitimate dispersed camping areas and paid campgrounds.
So a lot of times these are hard to find because from the main road there'll be either a little tent sign or no sign at all. So some of these are on free roam, some of these are on
Overlander.
But there's a lot that aren't.
And today we're mostly just talking about Forest Service land for this example, but this signs and techniques will still apply to BLM land.
So what we're looking for when we drive down the road is some type of brown sign. And we'll look off about 50 or 100 feet down a dirt road or side road to see if we can find a sign that's like this one of these stay limit signs. And sometimes it's 5 days, sometimes it's 10 days. This one here is 16 days. And all the signs don't look like this one. Sometimes they're just like plastic brown stakes that are in the ground with the stay limit sign. That usually means it's dispersed camping.
Yeah, and we'll show you all these different signs that we've found so you can keep an eye out for these. Now, the pattern we're noticing is this is a fabulous dispersed area with tons of camping. Not even a half mile from here is a paid campground.
And that's what we're going to be giving examples of today because we're finding this all over the place. Not even a mile away from this campground is that dispersed camping area that we were just checking out. This is Stanley Lake Campground. We love to come to campgrounds in the wintertime because of this reason. We usually see them all plasticed up like this, all covered up, and that normally means they're free 9 out of 10 times. In this particular case, we noticed that the envelope box and the deposit box are not covered up with plastic. So we started looking at the signs. Sure enough, this one has a sign posted for $5 a night, which is reasonable, but not free like a lot of the other ones that we do see. So let's go take a look at this campground and get a closer look. This campsite has a nice fire pit with a grill, a picnic table, a level area for your tent that might be slightly padded compared to regular ground, and a nice long spot to put a big camper or trailer into. The bathroom is open this time of year, and the water has been turned off. I think it's also because of the cold weather. Garbage is pack it in, pack it out. We're gonna drive from the campground to the dispersed free camping area. I'm gonna set the trip counter.
Think so.
And we're gonna see how far it is.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Hey, a van lifer. All right, there we are. So 0.4, so less than a half mile away is free camping.
And there's 2 more down the road, right?
There is more, yeah, 2 that we know of. There could possibly even be more free camping than that. This is Iron Creek Campground. We're only about a half mile away from the dispersed camping area. This is a super popular campground because it is close to a major trailhead into the Sawtooth Mountain Range. Now the summertime rates have been removed and a piece of paper has been added that shows the off-season rates. It is $5 per night and there's a 10-day stay limit. Now let's go take a look. We are only about a half-mile away from Iron Creek Campground in this dispersed camping area. Now this dispersed camping area is a little bit different than some of the other ones. It has basically two rules. There has to be a campfire ring and a stay limit sign at that place where you're camping. This dispersed camping area runs for about a mile down Iron Creek, and it's absolutely beautiful. The signs are not always on the main road. In this particular case, this is a perfect example of why you should keep your eye out for the little offshoots, the little side roads, and see if you can see a brown sign. And this one you can. So what you want to do is pull in and investigate, because this could possibly be dispersed camping. So let's go take a look. Here's one of those familiar signs again. You need a metal fire ring, and you need one of the stay limit signs at each location in order to camp there. And just up ahead in the road is the example of what needs to be. And this is the first example of many, because there is a lot of places to camp out here, but you have your fiberglass or plastic sign that has the stay limit on it. And then in the distance you'll see, or maybe you can see, the metal fire ring. That is the two things you need, and you're good to go.
And not all areas have this, right?
No, this is kind of unique. I'm not sure if it's unique to this area, but this is the first that we've seen these signs together had to be combined. This pay campground off Highway 75 near Stanley, Idaho is a perfect example of what we're talking about. It has free dispersed campgrounds on both sides of it, so it is sandwiched in. And these campgrounds are close, they're under a mile. One of them is under a quarter mile away from this. But at some point you've been in the bush too long, you may need some amenities, or you have a big rig that's hard to get in to those dispersed areas. Much easier here. They do offer a few things that the free campgrounds don't. And when I'm looking at the sign on this one, it looks like, you know, that's pretty high. That's normal rate right there. So what you want to do is you want to look up on the board and see if there's a seasonal rate. And sure enough, there is a seasonal rate here at this campground for only $5 a night, which I think is an awesome bargain. Very well worth it. I'm going to fly the drone over, show you what it looks like from the air, and show you the view of the Sawtooth Mountain Range from here. This is campsite 42, and I like it. It's pretty nice. You've got an all-season picnic table, a place to put your stove and cook at a nice height. It's got a fire ring with a grill on top. You have your own special trail down to the Salmon River and a view of the mountains, the Sawtooth Mountains on the other side. It also comes with a nice level place to put a tent.
And internet connection.
And internet connection. So this has pretty much everything you could ask for as far as campground goes. You know, there's no electricity or currently no water, but this is very nice.
Well worth $5.
Absolutely. I want to show you how easy it is to miss free camping. There's no sign indicating that you can camp here. So if you're traveling at a high rate of speed or you're distracted, you are definitely not going to see this turnoff, even this car here. The thing that caught our attention is we drove by here twice. The first time we didn't see it, and the second time we did see it, and we saw this little brown sign and had an idea what it is, but we couldn't read it. So we backed up and pulled in here. And we keep a lookout for these kind of signs. If there's a stay limit sign that looks like it's a National Forest sign or a BLM sign, any kind of public sign, that's our first clue. So this one has a limit of 10 days, so that means we need to explore more. So we drove down the road here and got to this next sign. And this is in the Sawtooth National Recreational Area. And once again, it has a camping permitted only in areas with a metal sign and fire ring. And it has the 10-day sign right there, so that's what you'll be looking for. And there's nothing about fees, there's no envelopes. This is obviously a free area. So at this point we're like, okay, cool. And now we have found a dispersed camping area. And then we just go and explore and see if it's something that we actually like. And this one here, I really liked. Carrie did too. It's right on the Salmon River. And the Sawtooth Mountain Range is right behind us. And it's a fairly good size camping, dispersed camping area. There's at least a dozen sites here, if not more. Lots of fire rings, super close to the river. It's getting late at night, so we pulled off Highway 75. We saw this sign here thinking it was probably just a day use area. So we're right next to the highway on one side. We're right next to the Salmon River on the other side. Maybe not the greatest place to stay, but when we took a look around and we saw this 10-day limit sign. And then behind that is a steel fire ring. So we know that this is a legitimate dispersed camping area and that we can safely stay the night here. So it's late, we're just gonna camp here. Rudel is definitely ready to come outside and play. He's been in the van for a couple hours, and for him, that's like 2 days. Harry's gonna unleash him. Oh, it's a Rudel Doodle. Hi, Rudel. Yeah, he's gonna have to be on a leash here because we are so close to the highway.
Definitely a leash.
And he needs to go for a little walk around. If you've noticed the same pattern of free campgrounds being mingled around the paid campgrounds, please let me know in the comments. I'd like to hear about them. It is a positive pattern to find, something good.
This is super helpful in the summertime. If all the campgrounds are full and you need a place to stay, start looking for the free campgrounds. Take some time, look at signs that you pass, because it's not always evident that there's free campgrounds there.
Yes, it's a little bit harder to find the free ones than it is the paid ones. And if you're in the off season, make sure you do check out those paid campgrounds, because we have found some are closed, but some are free and some are really cheap,
Yeah.
and they're not full of people, so they seem extra special to me.
If you like the great outdoors and you don't like a lot of people, the off season is definitely the best time to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, having said that, it is cold, so make sure you check your weather forecast.
Yeah, be prepared.
Have emergency rations and let somebody know where you're going. So we hope this video encouraged you to just slow down a little bit, take a look around, and find these awesome campgrounds.
We appreciate you watching our video, and we'll see you next time.
Happy camping and happy boondocking.
We are at McMillan Campground, and this is a pretty cool spot. This one is free and it's developed, so we are 20 miles outside of Crescent City, California, all the way next to the Oregon border, all the way to the west. And we found another free campground. So this campground is amazing. Even though it only has 3 sites, it has tables and fireplace and a pit toilet. But what makes it really cool, it's right next to the Smith River. And I'm gonna take you down in there and show you what we're looking at. The Smith River is super popular steelhead and salmon fishing river. It's really clean and clear, absolutely beautiful. We are in a campground. It's called Cowens Cove, and it's on Moosehead Lake. It's on MAINE reserved land, and some of the locals say that's equivalent to like the BLM land that we have out west. This campground's free. There is a few people here. There's about 18 campsites and probably 8 people camping. And this cove looks giant. Moosehead Lake itself is 40 miles long. It's the biggest lake in Maine. And we're just on a little bitty cove of it. Today we are camping in a free developed campground just outside of Medellin, Washington, which is all the way in the northeastern corner, very close to Canada, only a couple miles away from the Canadian border. And this developed campground is one of the nicest campgrounds that we have ever seen. When we got here, we were like, you sure we don't have to pay? We had to go read all the signs, and sure enough, you do not have to pay. And there's a lot of amenities here. There's water and bathrooms and boat ramp. Definitely a good place to bring a boat. Today we are free camping just 12 miles out of Pinedale, Wyoming. And we're at just under 8,000 feet. We have our own free private beach. The water is perfect for swimming, crystal clear. Rudolph's having a ball, literally. We've got our chairs set up to enjoy the sunset. And we've even been getting a lightning show every night. And this is hard to believe, it's free camping. And this free campground comes with a picnic table, a fire pit, of course the beach, and the water is the best. If you would like to support our channel, please consider becoming a patron, or check out our new merchandise at oneadvantureatatime.com. We also have stickers available in our website store. Thank you for watching.